Go watch the transcript reading by friend of the channel Joey to get full context about Vincent's prior probation violation. Enjoy the audio.
One on the pretrial.
May I approach Judge?
Sure. Go on. Huh? That's a sexual assault.
Actually,
Yes.
I have to order sex offender registration, right?
Yes.
I think it's 10 years, right?
Yes.
Is there any, I don't know if there is, Judge, but is there any, he's already on the sexual
I
registration.
know, I got to order it by statute. It might make him register again, I don't.
He's got about 6 years left of that
so
from
it
his
starts-
original.
no.
This will start it over again, he's got to do 10.
Just have just a minute, Judge, please. We're all set, Judge. I just want to make sure I put a couple things on the record at the appropriate time. That's all.
All right?
It's just that first count.
Yes.
Vincent Ambrosio, in docket number CR 25-513736, you're charged in this information with possession of child pornography in the third degree, in violation of 53A-196F. To this charge, what is your plea, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Factual basis here is that on August 22nd of 2024, police in looks like the town of Southbury were contacted by an adult probation officer who stated she had a probationer residing at Heritage Village. They suspected he had some sexually explicit material on the phone, on his phone. Your Honor, they did seize that phone. It was from the defendant, Vincent Ambrosio. They did, Your Honor, check that phone and did find that it did contain 2 images of suspected child pornography. I believe the recommendation of the file, Your Honor, is going to be the 1-year minimum mandatory in this case with the sex offender registration to start.
Yep. You agree with all that?
Yes, sir.
Have you taken any alcohol, drugs, or medication that prevents you from understanding what's happening here?
No, sir.
Have you had enough time to discuss this with your counsel?
Yes.
You went over the terms of it, what charges you're pleading to, maximum, minimum penalties, type of evidence state would have to put forward to prove your guilt, and the elements of the charges. You went over all that?
Yes, sir.
You're satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, you went over all this?
I did, Judge.
And did he have any trouble understanding it?
No, Your Honor.
By pleading guilty, giving up certain rights, they are as follows: right to remain silent, right to a trial before a judge or jury, your right to plead not guilty, then have the state prove your guilt, your right not to be compelled to incriminate yourself, your right to cross-examine the state's witnesses, call your own witnesses, testify if you choose to do so, and bring forward any defense you have. You understand you've given up all those rights?
Yes, sir.
Anyone threaten you or promise you anything here today in return for this?
No, Your Honor.
So you're doing this of your own free will.
Yes, sir.
And once I accept it, you cannot take it back with the court's permission. You understand?
Yes.
Do you have any other pending cases, or are you on probation, parole, or conditional discharge?
Not this time.
Okay. So on the probation issue, and I think this is what you wanted to put on the record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here is my understanding, and your counsel can correct me. You were violated on a probation on a sexual assault charge recently in Bridgeport. And the reason for the violation was certain technical violations, including but not limited to possession of a cell phone. And it was on that cell phone that you possessed child porn, no longer allegedly because he pled guilty. This case, the one where you possessed child porn, that case wasn't pending at the time. So you weren't violated for this conduct. You were violated for having the cell phone, which eventually it was discovered had these photos on it. So it is possible that pleading here may violate your probation again. Now, I don't think it would. I'll put that on the record because you're not on the probation yet. You're serving the 6-month sentence that you got in Bridgeport for violating your probation for having the cell phone. I put it on the record. I put it on the record because I know counsel wanted me to say a few words on it. Counsel, do you want anything to add on that issue?
Yes, Judge, I just want to add a couple things, too. So I have the sentencing transcript from February 24th in front of Judge Dayton, and in there she says, on, what was the date? February 24th, she said probation is going to be revoked, and the new sentence is going to be 7.5 years suspended after 6 months with credit back to October 28th. So when I look, as of today, I checked the Connecticut Department of Correction website, and it shows that Mr. Ambrosio is a sentenced prisoner with a max release date of October 21st. So based on all that information, we don't believe that probation has started yet, and that the probation could start as early as the 21st, but today's the 18th.
Right, and it wouldn't start anyway until he bonded out of this case. So, if you're not a U.S. citizen with a conviction, you may face the following: deportation, denial of reentry to the U.S., denial of naturalization. Understand?
Yes, sir.
You're pleading guilty to a felony, so you got to provide us for the DNA sample. Understand?
Yes, sir.
PSIs are waived.
What about the state?
Stay or defense of any reason why the plea should not go into effect.
No, Your Honor.
State knows no reason, Your Honor.
Your counsel gets your pardon pamphlet. I'll make the following finding: that your plea is knowingly voluntarily made. With the assistance of competent counsel, as factual basis, plea is accepted. Finding of guilty will enter as the charge possession of child porn in the 3rd degree, which is a D felony. Anything else you want to tell me, sir?
No, Your Honor.
So sentence of this court to be committed to the custody of Commissioner of Corrections for 1 year to serve, which is mandatory minimum. As part of this sentence, you will have to register on the sex offender registry for the next 10 years. You're going to have to do so within 3 days after being released from prison. You fail to do it, it's a D felony, punishable up to 5 years in prison. There is no salva fine on this charge. And for purposes of the registry, you are approximately 29 years old. You were in possession of 2 pictures of child porn. Do you know if they were men or women in the age?
Not off the top of my
All right,
head.
does the
There were women under the age of 10.
Okay, so they were women under the age of 10. Do you know specifically? Well, that's probably enough. I'll get a transcript. I'll sign that for sex offender registry. Fees and costs can be waived given your incarceration. This sentence will be concurrent to the sentence that you got in Bridgeport on that 6-year sentence.
And I think he's been incarcerated on this charge since March sometime, Judge. I just don't have the exact date in front of me.
Okay. I will order jail credit back to March 25th. Given that this is a global disposition with the other case and the totality of the circumstances, I think it's warranted.
And I just have the sex offender advisement of registration requirements, just to give to the defendant. I don't need a signature on it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.